Welcome to Window Shop with Car and Driver. This is the weekly show where Car and Driver editors, contributors, and friends of the magazine and website gather to look at cars online. This week's challenge centers around our special guest, Mr. Zack Klapman of the Smoking Tire, among other things. Zack has an E46 M3, which he actually loves, but we decided to look at the market for cars under 20 grand that would replace the E46, since you're always working on it, right, Zack?
Yeah, it's always it always needs something.
I think you said it best. When you own one of those, you become a professional BMW mechanic, basically, right?
Oh yeah. You have to just basically become a master technician or aspire to become one, so that you can fix everything.
So I think we found some good choices for you, I hope. We're joined this week by Deputy Testing Director Casey Colwell, contributor Jonathan Ramsey, and John Perley Huffman in sunny Santa Barbara. I know you wanted me to say he was in Santa Barbara, Zach. Oh, we didn't talk about order. Perley, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Let's start off with a car that is unique, and that is the 2005 Pontiac GTO, which came into a second by some bizarre reasons in this 2005 comparison test. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Who wrote this garbage?
Are we going to see something other than you?
Wait a second. It was Tony Quiroga. Hold on.
Share the screen.
Can I go back? Can I go back and start bad mouthing your column again?
If you just scroll down, that'll be enough.
It's like if Carrot Top forgot the lock combo to his own suitcase. He's trying to open his props.
Wow.
Just shriveling on stage.
Prop comedy is one more thing I have failed at. So
that's a blessing.
Yeah, well, it should be. But then again, Carrot Top's got the rockin' bod, and I don't have that.
Yeah, we picked the Mustang over the GTO.
Right, and this is like a three-valve 4.6 Mustang, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's a 5.7 GTO. If it was a 6-liter GTO.
This is a 6.0 GTO. It's a 2005.
It is a 6-liter? Okay.
Yeah,
you're insane is basically what it comes down to, Tony. This is the wrong...
comparison test results aren't the choice of the author necessarily, you know that.
Really? Then whose choices were this one?
Well, there's a team of people that go on these tests. And
who's the team on this one, Tony? Who's the team on this one, Tony?
It was me and Dave Vanderwerf.
In other words, you blew it. So I went looking for a GTO with a manual transmission.
We turned the game down on Pearly a little bit.
Oh, no, come on. Okay, so I found this one on a Brady trailer, but it skyrocketed past the 20,000 mark. It's too bad. It's really clean.
It looks pretty good. I mean, I usually don't like yellow cars, but that's actually a good yellow, and
yeah, I thought
it's
so.
pretty nice looking.
So interesting story. Wait, no, go back to the yellow. Interesting story. When this car was about new, Kumho had those red smoke tires.
Oh yeah.
And Tony did a burnout with them because it was like this or like an Impala SS that we could put them on. That was like the right size.
Right, exactly.
Because it was like for Formula D, whatever it was. Well, we do a burnout for the photography, and the rear bumper was just pink, and no amount of scrubbing could take that pink off.
Oh
no! Find that photo. We'll drop in that photo, Casey.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They were cool tires.
Let's see your listing, Perley.
I saw this car. Well, I went looking and I found this car. And I thought, wow, that's nice. Manual transmission, 21.9. It's a
photo taken on a like a StarTAC or something.
Pretty much.
Well, description has an interesting spelling too.
Yeah, as we've all learned, it only has 4,559 miles. I think, and man, that's a good deal. So I went and I ran the Carfax, and it's junk. So branded title junk.
Oh
okay,
no!
You have a car to buy.
Yeah. So I thought
issued in Michigan.
Good question, Jonathan. Thank you.
Michigan and title washed by going to California or whatever it is. I don't know what they're doing, but
okay. So what are we buying, Pearly? What's that?
This 2006 GTO.
This is a yellow brick road. Come on.
I like the wheels. Look at those. I think the wheels look great on that car.
Not bad, yeah.
BMW wheels.
I like the wing delete.
That's a 6-liter, right?
6-liter.
Cool.
It's a much better car than like a Mustang. It's a much more.
I I looked at these a lot when I was shopping. I really did. And I think the interiors are really nice. The exterior to me always looked a little bit way too subdued for how good the car was and how cool the interior looked.
Totally.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the car just is like, you know, it takes one of the most interesting countries in the world, Australia, to build a car this boring and looking.
Yeah, look at that. The interior is so unlike anything GM was doing at the time.
Yeah. Red gauges. Gauges with color. Oh my God. Even the Corvette didn't have that.
What's going on with that shift knob, Pearly?
Apparently a lot of psychoactive drugs. It's got a, I don't think that's stock.
It's got like an 8-ball type shifter.
Yeah, red is the color of passion, Tony.
But well, Pearly, did you source a shifter? You know how this works.
I'm not going to source a shifter. I'm not playing those stupid games.
Those seats look really good too. They look very. I don't know I've never driven a GTO, but
they're fun. They're fun. I think they're much better cars than they had credit for. They should have sold a lot better.
They're
impossible.
The manual's nearly impossible to heel toe. I want to put one off the road because I couldn't tow it.
For those of us with heels and toes as opposed to hooves,
no, it's not accurate.
It's pretty good. It's pretty.
No, Pearly.
They're really.
Don't
they weigh like 4,000 pounds?
They're pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. But then again, Camaros weigh 4,000 pounds, and you know, 346 is no lightweight. You know,
this 6-liter does not make the same power as a current 6.2.
No, but at the same point in time, it's it's still an LS. You can do tons of things to it without spending a lot of money.
Wait, does that say those are Volk wheels?
I think those are
No, never mind.
VMR.
VMR, which is of course the brand name you really want when you're shopping Pepper.
I think it's got Kumos on it too. It's probably a +1 because the stock car came with tiny little 17-inch wheels.
Well, I think the car needs better wheels and tires than what comes stock on because it looks too small.
Agreed.
That shift knob looks like it's out of like a 97 Camaro.
I don't know. It's got like racing stripes or something on it, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, it's red and black.
And is that
like real stubby?
It looks like a Shelby shift knob, actually.
Exactly.
And that looks like a StarTAC phone in the console. Speaking of StarTAC.
Are we going to digress and go over StarTAC phones now to go along with Blaupunk stereos and all the other crap we can do?
Why are you getting so upset?
Talking about digressions of all people.
I mean, first of all, the OE stereo in this is a Blaupunk.
I love that Jonathan's starting to turn on Pearly.
No, I'm not. I mean, I love Pearly. Pearly's my guy, but maybe Friday afternoon isn't his time.
I think
Friday morning,
go back to the center console. I think the drink holders are square.
I think they are too.
They are kind of, yeah.
Is that for what beverage is that for?
Box for water? Australia. It's very popular in Australia.
They haven't been perfect in getting all the gunk off this thing, so it needs a little work. But
it's got an aftermarket radio.
Well, I'd put on, I'd add something with Apple CarPlay, so which is fine. And this is a nice car. I mean, these are fun cars, and it's it's not like you'd be buying an E46 substitute. It's a different kind of car.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing is that you're not just buying you're not just buying another E46, which is the default. No offense, Mr. Klapman, I'm sure it's a fine car, but it's the default car of systems analysts everywhere. And
they analyze the system. They're like, this is the best thing we could find.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you a story about the E46 is that Bimmerfest used to be every year up here at Earl Warren Showgrounds, which is literally 2 blocks from my house. And there are 3 guys sitting around talking about their E46s. And they're talking about what HRE wheels they have on their E46. I got the 104s and I got the 201s. I go, so what do you do for a living? I'm a systems analyst. The other guy goes, I'm a systems analyst too. And then the third guy goes, me too. There's 3 systems analysts talking about their E46. I've always
good story.
The E46.
Can you scroll down, Pearly, so we can see the listing?
Yeah. God, you guys always want to concentrate.
Can you close Sandra's message, please?
Or just start talking to her.
We don't want to talk to her?
No.
Ask her what she thinks about the E46.
Yeah, well, that's
ask her. Okay. She's a systems analyst.
Oh yeah, and you scrolled past the description.
Yeah,
it's really short.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
Base North Carolina. Okay.
It's Quicksilver. It's car. It's got a clean Carfax.
The odometer is below market average.
Okay.
That means is that they learned how to change it well, and I don't know what that means.
I forgot how quick. Oh, there's I forgot how quick these are. They're sub 5 second. They're like 4.6 to 60 about.
They're a badass automobile that only a fool would pick a Mustang over.
But they don't look very good, to Zach's point. That's the only issue. I mean, you're buying a bar of soap.
Well,
Yes.
remember that when they came out, they didn't even have hood scoops. I remember talking to, was it Chuck? Who's the head of the GM?
Let me guess, your close personal friend at GM.
No. My close personal friend is Mark Steele, now head of GM Racing. Did I tell you he's the head of GM Racing? But you know, they didn't even have the hood scoops. They didn't put the hood scoops on them.
Yeah, this is the Holden Monaro, right?
It's a Holden Monaro.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to the GM guys going, how could you have a GTO without hood scoops on? Because, you know, that's the fake hood scoops were a GTO tradition. And they finally added the fake hood scoops. I think it looks a lot better with the fake hood scoops.
Absolutely.
100%. It was due to you.
Otherwise, it's like a Saturn. Just looks like an Ion or something without hood scoops.
Okay, Pearly.
Can I mention Handlebar Coffee Roasters who gave me the t-shirt?
No. Unshare.
2720 De La Vina Street, Santa Barbara, California.
No free ads. Unshare.
All right.
He just paid for a cup of coffee with that.
Hey, that ad's worth $6, guys. You invest that. 300 years. That's $20.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Zach, you want to go next and see what you would buy to replace your M3?
Oh, yeah, sure. All right. Let me screen share. Where did it go?
What is a dog?
There's a dog.
There's a dog. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Don't be.
No,
Or my dog. My dog left.
My dog is in the hospital.
Tony's dog just left him.
There we go. It couldn't find the browser for a second. All right. Let's see. Can you see that now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, that's unexpected.
So I did look at these a lot. I looked at a lot of things. I shopped for like 6 months for the car, but this is, 2008 Infiniti G sports sedan manual. I really like four doors. I like sedans. If the E46 M3 had come in a sedan, I would have bought that instead because the back seat is kind of useless without one. Okay, go away. I don't know. I always like the looks of these. I think they look kind of burly. I've driven G37s across some pretty big distances and just really love the way they handle. They're good GT cars. I think this would be a little more reliable than an E46 because it's less complicated. And Nissan is not Honda or Toyota, but it's probably a little bit better.
And that VQ V6 is in like everything Nissan makes.
Right.
I mean, you'd be parting out a Murano and steal the heads to put it on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you like the curvy second generation versus the more straight first gen?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I like the curvy second gen. The third gen after that, I think got like a little too big looking. They're also
a big mouth grill.
Yeah, and I found some car and driver test plug.
These are worth a shocking amount of money. That's a kind of a lot for a.
This is a lot. You can find these for under $10,000 all day. And actually, it was pretty hard to find one anywhere in the country with a manual. I found like 6 on Auto Tempest total, and this was what I thought the cleanest one with the best photos.
It looks really clean. It even has the Monroney.
Yeah, they got the Monroney in there. The photos are pretty decent. They did a lot of angles. I like that. The interior, if I go to that, looks pretty clean.
Let's guess how much
suspension
it costs.
That is not common.
Let's guess how much it costs new. What do you guys think it costs new?
Is that the steering column? Is that what is that?
No, it's a front suspension.
Strut.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the steering column.
Not a strut, but yeah.
What do you guys think it costs new before we get to the Monroney?
$34,800.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go 44,280.
34,800.
I would say 42.7.
34,801.
All
He's gonna
right.
win the showcase. He's gonna win the showcase.
Oh come on.
Oh, it's too blurry.
Oh, no.
I can't read it here. But if I go to your test,
Wait, what's the next one? There was a picture. There was a closer picture of the Monroney in the next picture.
I thought that was just the
trunk mat $100, navigation package is $2,000.
these. Wow.
Let me see. Let's see what you guys said the price was back then. 35.
Oh, it'll be in the specs. It'll be in the specs if you go all the way down.
If it's got specs.
Oh, it doesn't have specs. Damn
It
it.
doesn't have specs.
Sorry.
Oh my God, that might be the only thing that Mike Duchesne ever wrote for the magazine.
All right, your test car in this, which is a G35 Sport,
It retails
was
for
about
$36,000.
$36,000.
Jeez, that's pretty
Well,
close.
you were over. Well, you were over,
If
Casey.
Casey had been copying me, I would have won.
I just waited to be strategic. And
I don't know. Zach's car looks heavily optioned.
Well, you know, the thing I liked about this
Yeah.
car is they're based on the FM platform, the same one that's underneath the 370Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a front mid-engine car. The engine's almost completely behind the front axle line.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Yeah.
almost.
No,
Almost.
it's not. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
supposed to be. It's supposed to be front mid.
I mean, like some of it is.
Some of it is.
It's,
but it's not.
and don't sell this like front mid-engine. You know,
It's like an
you know,
AMG
smoke
GTO.
and mirrors. Yeah, no. It's a front engine car.
My only issue with this is that my only issue with it is the 3.7 is a groaner. When they put it transversely, it's somehow smoother, but when they have it in the longitudinal setup like they do in the FM platform, the thing's kind of a coffee grinder.
Oh, it sounds terrible. These engines sound terrible. They need 8 mufflers per cylinder bank, and I would love it if they were silent. Anyone that puts exhaust on these is just offensive to the entire world, including to the deaf.
It's a 3.5 though, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, whatever. I mean, even the 3.5, even the
Yeah.
3.5 is a groaner.
It's 3.5, but it's 300 horsepower. Red line is 7,600, which is only 500 below the famous S54 engine, which is very impressive. Yeah, it is slower in both 0 to 60 and quarter mile. You guys had 0 to 60 at 5.2. Quarter mile 13.9 though. Yeah, it's still quick. 13.9 is not that far behind other more performance cars.
Is it a 10 best car this year?
Really comfortable.
I don't remember. I don't think so, Casey.
It was a couple of times though.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, yeah, but anyway.
They've got great steering, Zach. They've got great steering. They got really nice interiors. You can heel toe them.
You can heel toe them. Parts from the 350Z, a lot of them transfer over. And these, the sedan I found was in some instances lighter than the coupe, than the G35 coupe. And the forums are just filled with question marks like, why did they do this? What happened? Apparently the B pillar on the coupe had to be thickened for safety and it added weight to it. So in some trim levels, the sedan's actually lighter than the coupe, which is hilarious. And they're way better kept than the 350Z. And the 350Z has a trunk that's basically useless because it has a strut tower that could hold up like a bridge. Or the strut brace bar is so thick and gigantic, it just takes up the whole trunk. So this has a much more useful trunk. And this one's 15 grand, but if you want, you can get a supercharger for 5. Now we're at 20. And I've driven track cars that are supercharged with this engine, and they hold up really, really well. To my incredible shock.
Have you checked out the price of an email tune, Zach?
No.
that might push you over the edge.
Well, if I add enough stickers, I can get more horsepower.
Well, it's one of these things where, you know, the coupes, the big problem with the coupes is they're all murdered out by people who are economically marginalized. And
it's like that car became the new Camaro Firebird.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just like guys who are racing from felony to felony.
That's funny.
And this guy, the coupes, the sedans are bought by, you know, reasonable human beings.
Those are great seats. I forgot about that.
And the steering wheel is like perpendicular to the floor perfectly. It's got a great seating position.
Yeah.
Great seating position.
It does.
It's just one of those things where, you know, you're so Mark Donahue with your heel and towing and seating positions. It's just
That's right. Mark Donahue dreamed of the G35 sedan.
Yeah.
They and
I can feel that shifter buzzing in my hand in the shifter photo. Yeah, I remember it buzzing in my hand.
Okay, well, sense memory.
Yeah, you know, that would be that's my selection. That's
what kind of tires are on it? Go to one of those wheel pictures.
It's got tires, whatever.
They're round.
Wait, no,
it looks like it's
Coopers.
Cooper. Yeah.
Okay.
They've been shopping in the bargain bin.
Yeah, but they use a lot of tire cleaner.
At least they're matching.
They like the tire sheen.
The only thing I saw about this listing that I didn't like was the engine shot. There's a little bit of rust on where these bolts go. Actually, maybe there's a different listing. Oh, right here in the radiator support.
Oh yeah.
The bolts are a little bit rusty, but when we look at that suspension shot, I was expecting rust underneath it because this car's in Illinois, which is never, usually not.
Wow, that's in Illinois.
But this shot underneath looks pretty good, so I think it might be all right.
Maybe they didn't drive it in the winter.
The suspension leaks in this car are mostly aluminum, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks super clean under there though for a Midwest car.
And the bolts, I was expecting it just to be a sea of red and orange.
Are you guys telling me that the FM platform was a fraud, and in fact it's not front mid-engine?
It's not mid-engine.
It's no such thing as front mid-engine. That is a marketing lie. Like,
Oh, Casey, I think those were WeatherTech mats.
This is the budget CLS.
No, don't. We're gonna go into mats and
relax. Just
budget CLS. Wow.
All right, Zach, unshare.
Right.
We'll move on to Mr. Ramsey, who apparently has brought a surprise for us.
I brought a surprise because I don't believe M3 buyers buy anything other than other M3s. So I feel like, Zach, I'm playing Joker. I feel like this is the car that you would have for 6 months between M3s when you decide to get out of that. And speaking of, hold on. Speaking of yellow cars, I got that.
Oh my God!
Jonathan,
Oh my God!
Amazing!
Oh my God! This is like
Oh my goodness! Oh man, I feel like I'm
100% right.
Wait, does it not have an engine?
I'm like, I leave Pearly to the engineless wonders. I figured, why not get everything?
I think this is less valid than that kit car you put up that time, Jonathan.
Oh no, this is amazing.
No,
the fact that Pearly doesn't like it should tell us how good it is.
Yeah, just mute Pearly right now.
It's a V8 twin turbo. How can this thing be 16?
Let Jonathan present the car, Pearly. Be quiet.
No way! No way!
Okay, he's been muted. Jonathan, please present the car.
1998 Lotus V8 twin turbo Esprit, 3.5 liter V8, like 350 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. I'm not sure. This is a Miami car.
This is a mid-engine car, Pearly.
And that's not, so it doesn't go to the front axle a little bit? Is that what it is? And it looks like it's been in good hands.
What?
The guy's got...
How many miles are on it?
Yeah, how many miles?
It has...
How is this real?
It can't be real.
Hold on, because there are 2 listings for it. So
where do you find these listings? What
search engine do you use?
He's on the dark web.
Yeah, this is on Silk Road.
34,000. Look, if you have Bitcoin, I'll make you a deal right now.
Wait, does it say automatic?
It's not. They didn't make an
That's
automatic.
the automatic.
Yeah.
It does, but it won't.
It's not automatic though.
But 34,700.
Yeah, it's got the same. It's got the same mileage as the zip code.
This can't be real.
Yeah, this can't be real.
I mean, the listing is real, but if you send the money, you don't get a car.
These are worth at least twice that.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Look, you want to see something? Here. I know that's a 91, but under.
That's the 4-cylinder.
Yeah, that's the 4-cylinder. That's a late 4-cylinder.
Hold on.
That was beautiful. That Jim Clark car is awesome.
Wow. Travis Sikulski is going to be furious if this listing's real, because I'm sure he paid more for his.
Yeah, for his pretty, driver-ish. I'm trying to be nice. 4-cylinder.
I'll tell you what, Jonathan, why don't you go buy it and actually show up with the car to prove us wrong?
Yeah, that's why we need to get budget to do that.
Yeah. Well,
that coffee company will send over some money.
Okay, so the one there.
Handlebar Coffee Roasters, 2720 Deal of the Street.
Just want to thank the number 69 Handlebar Coffee Roasters.
Oh, that's
Lotus.
That's okay. That's got 52,000 miles. That at least is an intercooled one, but it has a bunch of aftermarket stuff on it.
And that's a 4-cylinder too.
That's not V8, yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying
the design evolved.
These cars are out there. You can find them, and this one is real.
There's not another V8 for 16 grand.
No way.
There's not another V8 for. I don't even think there's another V8 for 30.
No.
Well, luckily, Zach doesn't need another V8. He just needs. So that's the great thing about this car. Yeah, you just need one. So But yeah, everything you want.
Are there photos of the interior anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lotus made that V8 on their own. It's a flat crank V8, 4-liter turbocharged.
Yeah.
It's basically 2 of their force, but with a common crank, isn't it?
No, I think it was more sophisticated than that.
Does the car turn on? I feel like there's got to be an asterisk somewhere on this listing.
Without a blemish, it needs nothing and comes with manuals and tools.
These eat gearboxes. It's got the crappy Citroen gearbox that was never designed to handle this much power.
Yeah,
So
it was like designed for Duchevaux.
It's over. They lunch their gearboxes really easily.
We're assuming that there's still a gearbox in it.
But
well, we're assuming this is real, yeah, which it isn't.
It has tools. You can fix the gearbox.
Exactly. You can be a Lotus technician as well, is what this offers you.
They took the airbag wheel off because it had that Pontiac Firebird airbag wheel that Lotus was using at the time.
Yeah.
What I like about this will present the same challenges and then rewards of repair that the E46 does. You know, this will kind of give
no, this is a whole
moments
new
of
level
accomplishment.
No,
this is a whole new like stratosphere. Like, this is
next level unreliability.
$16,000 Lotus Esprit V8 is next level repair needs.
16.6.
Casey's like, you're not ready.
Plus, a mid-engine V8 crammed into a space that was designed for a 4-cylinder would really be fun too. I think it'll be really.
Was there a shot? Is there a shot of it with the engine bay cover open? Wasn't there one that was like that?
It's right there. You just see.
No, there's another one. There's another one that I just get the feeling that
was on the other.
Yeah. The natural habitat for this thing is that's how it looks all the time. Is with the thing open, waiting for somebody to come work on it.
Well, the hatch struts work, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Photoshop.
I don't know if anybody's ever driven an Esprit, but they are a very unique driving experience.
They're kind of crappy. It was like a Meet Your Heroes thing when I drove that 4-cylinder one. I've never driven a V8 one, but
that S4, that green
chunky.
S4.
Yeah, it felt pretty chunky.
Talk about cars that are tough to heel and tow.
That's fine. It's easy to heel and tow.
Remember, this is between M3s. This is 6 months. This is a fling with Pretty Woman. And
yeah, what's her name? Pretty Woman heel tows it, no problem, Pearly.
There you go.
With stilettos.
Yeah, with
high stiletto boots. Vinyl in a blue dress.
Yeah.
Not that I remember everything about that movie.
Leopard skin stilettos, right?
That car has to sound so good, though.
They were black patent vinyl.
That car is awesome.
Casey, let's see what you got, Mr. Klapman.
Yeah, and so I also do not think. I think if you were to get rid of your E40, if you were to get rid of your M3, you would not immediately, but you would eventually be like, yeah, what am I doing? I gotta get back into the M3 game, and so I kind of went for a completely different driving experience, and
Wow.
What? And this is a Toyota Hilux Surf, so it's basically a diesel 4Runner.
With right-hand drive.
Yeah, it's right-hand drive. It's not people who think like right-hand drive is some giant thing to overcome. It's not that big of a deal. I have full confidence that Zach has the ability to pilot one of these around Southern California.
If he buys this and then he dies.
and I gotta say, I was very happy when I saw the surfboard behind Zach, because it was like, yeah, this is like, you bring this car's in Virginia. It's a Duncan in Virginia. You get this thing into California. I know registering it may be somewhat problematic.
Yeah, that's the only problem, maybe, but
I do know somebody.
Santa Cruz originally, right?
Yeah.
So you could be the mayor of Santa Cruz in this thing.
Dude, I love it. I'm into it.
Well, but you bring it if you get this thing registered in California, it's worth way more than $19,000.
Was it?
And you park this thing down at the beach with a for sale sign, and you're gonna get offers.
Is it gas or diesel, Casey?
Diesel. So this is it's a 3-liter 4-cylinder non-intercooled diesel. Let me go through. So you see
it too, right?
Ooh, good photos.
Yeah, this car was I think loved because it has a turbo timer, which is probably important if it's not intercooled. Sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks a little rusty.
It looks a little rusty.
Zach's a California native. He's not going to put up with that.
Yeah, I don't do rust and I don't do gluten, so.
Well, I mean,
Good color though.
It's not the rust is, you know, you're not going to have it that long. Like I said, you're only going to be in it for a little bit because you're going to go right back to.
You can park it next to the Lotus. It's really what he's
You can tow the Lotus.
Zach, the first time you drive it on the beach, it's going to get rusty.
Yeah, this works better. You know, I think it's cool. The body's real clean. It'd be fun to tool around in Southern California for this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool car.
How many miles?
This is going to be a really agricultural diesel, and it's going to be really slow.
You know, yes. I think you might be better off just getting a 4Runner.
Yeah.
80,000 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have a 4Runner, then you just have the same like as everyone else. I like cars that I don't see all the time.
I know.
Sure, but you can't keep up with anyone else in this car.
You know, I just had a friend of mine.
I'm not worried. He's been driving fast for a while. He's had that experience. He needs to slow down, enjoy life. You know, just tool up to SLO, get a coffee at that awesome whatever that coffee shop is. That's not whatever Pearlie's wearing.
The other one.
There is a coffee shop in San Luis Obispo that makes a very good cup of coffee.
So many coffee shop plugs.
And the mirror. Holy cow.
Wait, is the rear wiper missing? Is that the rear wiper arm? The rear wiper's missing.
That is.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. It was probably eaten by the
Oh, I bet if this is a Japan market car, it probably had one of those funky mirrors that
it does, yeah, on the hood. On the left side of the vehicle on the hood, there's a mirror.
Wait, does that have that button said hard and normal? Is that adjustable suspension?
No, I think that's yeah, it looks like it might be.
Is that mag ride? What is that?
Hard and it doesn't say normal, it says hard and norm.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, it might actually, you know, give you a beer.
Oh, that's a terrible joke.
Thank you very much, Mike.
I'm into it, and if I put some canvas like bags on top of this thing and called it an Overlander, I could probably sell it at Cars and Coffee for $80,000.
Yeah. Well, and you know, it's already ready to accept your doubled in Pioneer, and I prefer the KO2s to the. I think what kind of tire is this? Is Falcons, yeah. I prefer the KO2, but it's you know, it's the engine. I just did a little bit of Wikipedia research. We've never tested one. I've never knowingly driven anything with one in it, but it's a 4-cylinder that's still in production.
Zach, you're a good driver. How do you feel about driving stuff that handles poorly? I kind of enjoy it just because it's kind of interesting and fun and a dynamic challenge at lower speeds.
Oh, totally. I mean, my first Canyon experiences were in a 79 Scout and then a 65 Pontiac Le Mans. And so I kind of understand when something is ill-suited for cornering, braking, or really just driving on the road in general. So
right.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. It makes it interesting.
Well, it's like Casey, who was a tire development engineer that drove a Suzuki Samurai because he just thought it was hilariously terrible.
I guess, are you thinking of Spencer Geschwine?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, he's a former Michelin subjective tire guy who is just, it's disgusting how quick he gets up to speed in any car at kind of any track. And then he'll turn like 10 laps in a row that are within a tenth of a second of each other.
But he was telling us he had like 1 million tickets on the street, and he was like, I need to slow down, but I still want to be dynamically challenged. And so he bought a Samurai.
Yeah,
that makes sense. This thing's cool.
Could have bought a lawnmower if that was too good for those.
Yeah. Like I said, it's different. It's you know, because you will return to
there is that.
And I think registering a diesel is a little bit easier than if that was a gas engine. It would be much more of a challenge than registering a diesel in California.
And I know somebody that registered a diesel Toyota of that era in California.
It's always good to have a Toyota truck in your life, even if it means that you keep it and you buy your next M3.
Oh, I didn't think of that. You're going to get Pearlie's vote, Casey.
Because it's always good to have a Toyota truck. You have a Toyota truck, no matter, because if the apocalypse comes, you'll still have something to rely on.
All right, you guys ready to see the winner?
Here we go.
You've already seen the winner. It's not this one.
Oh, wait. There you go. Eagle Talon TSI all-wheel drive.
All right, DSM. I like it. Oh man, these are good.
Wow, that's a lot for that. How many miles on that thing?
Well, find
It
another
better
one.
be untitled. This is a new car.
So this is the mid-cycle refresh of the first generation Eagle Talon. It has the 4G Mitsubishi 4-cylinder turbo, 27,500 miles.
4G63.
That's right. So same engine that was in the Lancer Evo. Yeah. All-wheel drive, manual transmission. I love this blue color. You could win Radwood, Zach, which I know is a life goal of yours, probably.
These are fun, man. We filmed a few. They're fast. My first turbo experience was driving the front-wheel drive version of this car. Yeah, it was really cool.
7,000 RPM red line, 27,500 miles.
19
All original.
Still steep.
And I cheered you. I cheered you, Tony, because this is practically an AMC to me. This is practically an AMC, and I love it.
Look at that.
Oh, I remember that shifter. I had forgotten about that thing.
Got that pickle-like shifter.
Pickle-like.
So Zach, I know you're
Wow.
Californian. There's a little bit of rust here, which I'm sorry about. But you know, this car's in the Midwest. I think it's in Michigan.
In Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Oh, is this from that? Yeah, there's somebody's got a pretty good car collection.
They're a consigner, I think. I think they do.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah. And they sell a few, but they do consignments.
Good thing is this one hasn't been screwed up.
No, totally stock. Totally stock. Yeah, that's
That
right.
is good.
I think it's a one-owner car according to the listing. I mean, it's untouched. It's beautiful.
What are the miles?
27,500.
27,000. So I can get it, and then I can put a manual boost controller on it that I make at Home Depot, because that's what the forums told me to do. And I get to blow it
I
up.
should have gotten you some A-pillar gauges too. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Maybe a pulley kit.
APC
I would-
sticker.
So
Clean.
there's a tuner in Ohio. His name's David Busher. I don't know if he's still in business, but he did wonderful things to these engines. And I would recommend you call him too.
Yeah, it looks the garage has a lot of interesting
22.
cars behind it. I mean, they have a lot of other the inventory there. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's they're largely a consigner, but they also have cars for sale that they own.
You know,
I think.
this was the second test car I wrecked.
What? How did
Really?
you wreck one of these?
How many test cars have you wrecked?
Two. First one. The second day I started at Carcraft, we took out a Dodge Daytona Shelby to LA County Raceway, and I launched it and blew the transmission out the front of the car.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's the first one. That doesn't count because that car was going to explode anyhow. This one, I was doing photos out on the dry lake, and the photographer said, one more, and I was drifting it through a corner on sand, and I drifted it into a berm and knocked the front end of the car off.
That's tragic.
Yeah.
The Eagle Talon was a smorgasbord of awesomeness.
They were great cars.
From many parts bin. Okay, that.
So few survive.
So yeah, exactly. That's the whole like find another one. And I looked for Evo 8s, but they are really expensive. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
at how expensive
they've gone
they
back
are.
up.
So
These-
here's the comparison test. Guess where the Eagle finished?
First.
It's
No.
Third. It finished behind the Prelude. I'm
Fourth.
guessing.
No, it finished first.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember this
Silverado
test.
G60, Impulse RS, Corolla,
I remember this test.
first gen Pro, 240 SX,
Wow.
It beat an RX-7? Whoa.
Integra.
Oh,
No,
wait,
it beat
it's-
a.
sorry.
What did it beat? It beat a 240 SX. The
Yeah.
Probe.
Beat the Probe GT, which is garbage.
Yeah.
Integra GSR, first gen or second gen,
Nice car.
and then the Prelude, and then the
Very
Talon.
nice car.
Class
look
leading performance, fetching design, exceptional value, no
Man.
airbag.
And all-wheel drive. The only one that had
Design.
all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. You fixed the crank walk issue, right? Like that's the big problem with the 4G63.
It's the quickest of the bunch, 6.5 to everyone else's 7, and then the Integra GSR's 6.8. It was quickest on the track, which I think is Streets of Willow, ran a 57.15 to everyone else's slower times. Not so 195 horsepower, 203 pound-feet of torque, 20 grand new, so equivalent to like around 40 grand today. And then I got you, Zach, since I know you
Wow.
like driving fast in the canyons, I got you some tires.
Oh, God.
So we're gonna have to negotiate the price down a little bit to be able to afford these tires under budget. But these Dureza Z3s, I haven't tried these, but they're probably pretty good. It's a 205 55, so you're gonna have some grip in the canyons and some fun.
Okay.
If you go back to the test, what I found interesting about the test is you look at it and you go like, of those 6 cars, only one doesn't have a cult following.
The Impulse? The Impulse RS?
All the others are cars that would be considered, maybe even the Probe GTs probably doesn't have that much of it either. But
that Celica GTS doesn't have that much of a cult following.
Yes, it does. That's the all-wheel. The GTS there's a lot of Celica guys out there.
That's not the All-Track. This isn't the All-Track. This is the GTS.
Yeah.
And
that's the All-Track Poser.
It's All-Track. But if you go down to the Japanese car show down in Long Beach, you'll see those cars out there. And I mean, those.
How far is that from Santa Barbara?
That's about 92 miles. You get off. You take the 101 to the 710. You take the 710.
I hope the comments are full of the Eagle Talon lovers who come out in droves because they're like, "Hey, buddy, we're here, and you're gonna see us."
Yeah, it's the Diamond Star triplets. It's the Eagle Talon, the Mitsubishi Eclipse, and the Plymouth Laser.
Somebody's got to find the Eagle Talon Reddit page and post this in there.
And the Laser was was telling when you couldn't get all-wheel drive. That was front-wheel drive only.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah. All right, now we've come to the part of the show where we judge each other's picks and then crown a winner, and then Zach will buy one of these cars because
you don't think that comparison test was of a bunch of cars that really turned out to be the classic early 90s?
You already said that. We've moved on.
Well, thank you.
Early, you went first.
I did.
Your car, the GTO. I got to give it a thumbs up. That's a great choice.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
You can give yourself
Casey. Despite the fact you can't
go for it, Casey.
I mean, you had the sweep last week, and if I was giving you a thumbs up, it'd be a pity thumbs up right now. But
I'll take the pity. I don't care.
It's a solid choice. I can't deny that.
All right, Pearly, which car are you picking?
God, I hate to say it.
Lotus.
I don't think the Lotus is real.
Oh.
And I love the DSM cars. I gotta pick the Eagle.
Thank you.
I hate giving anything to Tony because Tony.
It's a good find, huh?
It is. I'm
Good
sorry,
find.
but it's a good car, and they're
Right,
fun.
Zach.
And the thing that's great about it is there just aren't that many around that are in that good a shape that are original condition.
No, absolutely not. All right, Zach, you had the G35 sedan with a manual transmission. Thumbs up.
It's
I gotta go sideways.
Oh, Jonathan, why are you going sideways?
I think that second gen when they look bulbous and uncouth. I don't like
uncouth.
You like the purity of the first gen.
Yeah.
The second gen is a much nicer interior than the first gen, though.
The second gen is a lot better in quite a few ways. But
right.
You're saying it's impolite, uncouth, like rude?
Yeah. To make anyone else look at that car, yes, is impolite.
Okay, impolite. All right.
All right, okay. Zach, what was your favorite car? Which one would you take?
I mean, I'm really impressed. Like the variety is really good and they kind of all scratch a different itch. I think I have to go DSM. I got to go DSM. It's really clean. It would be fun enough and fast enough. I think it'd be pretty reliable. I like the color. It would win at Radwood. And if you, I filmed a couple that they cook in the canyons if you do some stuff to them because it's the budget Evo. It's far uglier, but
no, it's not uglier. It's good.
Zach, how do you feel about Ford Aerostars?
Shut up. Right, still looking for validation on the Aerostar.
I am.
Yeah, man. It's a good find.
Blood pressure medication before we finish this vote because.
All right, Jonathan, your car's up for judging next.
Let's see how I'm doing on blood pressure.
I'm going to give you, if it's real, thumbs up, but I don't think it's real.
I mean,
you gotta go sideways.
It's not real, man.
Suspicious.
How do we know that? You got to prove it.
The value of that car is twice.
No. If you can't just say things without facts or anything to back it up.
No. Just hit pause. I'm going to Kelley Blue Book right now. What year is it?
It's like your $1,500 Super Duty.
That's how we buy things.
All right. 98. How many miles are on it?
Even if it's real, it's not. It's gonna.
I love the Pearly. What are you doing?
Take my blood pressure.
Here's how fake it is. You search. You go 1998 and Kelley Blue Book. Lotus doesn't even come up.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, you were fake or not? What was your favorite car?
I will actually, as surprised as I am, I'm going to do this. I'm not a Talon guy, and I have to go with the Hilux of all things.
How big of a sigh could you let out before saying that, bud?
Yeah, because if someone told me this morning you're going to vote for a Hilux Surf today, I'd have been like, get the out of here! What are you talking about? And here I am. Here I am. Yeah.
That's the beauty of this show.
Yeah, and that's a good find.
Really good find.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
Casey, I got to give you a thumbs up. I don't love the wrong hand drive, but it's a great find, and it's a
The
unique.
truck automatically gets validated by me.
And I think it was tailored very well considering Zach's wall hangings.
I'm really into. When I took my M3 camping last year, and as soon as I parked, I was like, I should really get something that has more than 2 inches of ground clearance. And like the 4Runner, I got home and I started shopping for 4Runners. Like that one, diesel, blue, lift, fender, like all of it looks rad.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Where do you live, Zach?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Casey,
As far as that from Santa Barbara.
favorite car?
About 88 miles from Santa Barbara.
I guess I go with the I guess I go with the Talon. I'm also not a like a DSM guy. All like I knew everybody. I shouldn't say everybody knew. I think all of the DSM varieties were represented in my high school parking lot. And,
Same here. So I'm so fond of them.
Yeah, I'm not that fond of them. I mean, I
thought the Eclipse was a much better looking car to me.
Ooh,
I really liked the Eclipse.
I like the pre-mid-cycle refresh with the pop-up headlights actually, but you know, I couldn't find one.
I don't know how you can say the Eclipse is that much better looking. They look so much alike. I don't know. You know, the distinctions were so slight.
Oh,
but yeah, you would do pretty. You will.
Well, no, but the
pretty well.
GSX, the Eclipse that followed this generation, I think is really good looking.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
what
good
I'm talking about. Yeah.
I think the original is the
The
best.
lump in the hood.
Would you like one? We have one in our parking lot at the office. It's been there for a long time.
Yeah,
You can have it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and
The
then
GSX, yeah.
obviously, let me see some thumbs for the Eagle Talon.
I'm gonna also go sideways, but don't look like that. It's a fine car. It's just, I mean.
But Jonathan, you're Mr. Eagle. You brought up Eagles so many times.
Yeah,
I
what
brought up,
happened?
I brought up AMCs. I brought up AMCs so many times.
But
Okay, I'm gonna change it. But that's grudging. I like it's not. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for me. But it is a good find.
Wait, before I forget, Jonathan, will you send me the link to that Lotus because I'm gonna call him.
I will send you
Because if that's a $17,000 Esprit V8.
If you buy it, it's mine.
Huh? Yeah, that's.
No, you should call him, and then on the next show, you'll give the audience the answer about what's really going on with that thing.
Well, no, on the next show, he will own a Lotus S3.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach, Jonathan bought one of the cars that we found.
Yeah.
Really?
I bought a Buick Park Avenue Ultra, which I would have recommended to you as well, but I had already bought it, so I thought that'd be unfair.
I'm upset that no one suggested that today, actually.
It has a HUD.
I mean, that's part of the selling point.
All right.
What a great
If Jonathan's Lotus was real, I would heartily give you the vote.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
just don't think it's real. The G35 is a little boring.
Even with Njuku
Casey-
racing parts?
What's it?
Nothing.
KC's 4Runner is right.
Oh my God, you're
drive.
backing yourself into your worst nightmare.
I am. I really am.
Just say it. Just say it.
Burley, GTO. I got to give you the
Thank you.
GTO vote.
Oh my God. Oh man, this is like the streams have crossed is what just happened.
Jonathan, I know how you felt when you gave me a vote a few weeks ago with the agita and the heartburn.
That's it. Exactly. It's gonna hurt through the weekend.
It does.
I'm surprised no one suggested Corvette. My backup car was like, I found a C6 with Z51 package.
I said Corvette before we all came on, and the answer for this kind of thing is always Corvette, and I own a Corvette. But it was like, I couldn't see a BMW M3 driver even for 6 months doing a Corvette.
The problem is that I think that we all have a natural aversion to saying Corvette because a Corvette's been said so many times.
Yeah, it's like, Zach, the answer is often Corvette, be it C4, C5, C6.
Never C4. It's never C4. But
yeah. No, I like that we
C4 for me.
That box.
I finally see force.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Thanks for joining us, Zach.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is super fun.
And I'm gonna be on your podcast next week. So
yeah,
you're there, and you can talk about how much fun you had here.
I will.
I just hit send, so you can let me know. Send me pictures of the drive down to Miami to pick up the car.
Get and drive, and I'll fly down to Miami to buy that thing.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to give us a like if you enjoyed this, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.